The game of the Holy Knights has finally begun. They are playing with the fears of the children of Elbaf, while the pieces of Ragnarok start to fall into place. Amidst the chaos caused by the envoys of the Holy Land, Loki, the one who refused to join them, begins to show that he can also be terrifying. One Piece chapter 1142 marks the beginning of chaos. Let's analyze everything that happened, so stay tuned. Yamato saves Ulti and page 1. The chapter opens with a long-awaited scene, Yamato saving Ulti and page 1 with a Raime Hake. Here, we get a clear power scaling, placing Yamato far above the Tobirapo, which was already expected. But an interesting detail. To save Ulti, Yamato uses the same attack she used against her during her introduction, and since every One Piece fan loves a good theory, let's dive into a slightly forced foreshadowing. Yamato's Raime Hake has a stance very similar to the attack that Loki uses. Could Oda be hinting that the two are related? There's a theory that King Harold might be Kaido's father. If that's true, then Loki and Yamato might share the same bloodline. Yes, it's a bit of a stretch, but hey, it's worth speculating, right? Now, I'm curious to see the cover of chapter 1143. How will Ulti and page 1 react? Will they see Yamato as a savior? Could this be the birth of Yamato's own Red Scabbards? Part 1, the beginning of the Holy Knights operation. The first part of the chapter takes place at Morsa's school. Suddenly, a giant serpent appears before the children, sending them into a panic. One of the children recognizes the creature and shouts to Teacher NJ, "That snake is Jormungandr." Amidst the chaos, we are introduced to two new characters, Blade, the math teacher, Kiba, the school principal, who has the appearance of a walrus, which explains the school's name. With the children terrified, both Principal Morsa, who uses a walrus-shaped hammer attack, and Saul appear to face the serpent. And finally, we get to see a glimpse of Saul's strength using armament haki. Additionally, we learn that Principal Morsa was once part of the giant pirates. Another worrying detail is that several children start walking in a trance, seemingly being guided by Gunko's arrow. Some even collapse. As panic spreads, Chopper decides to examine the children. Interesting details, I'll discuss Keelingham's powers later, but first, here are some key highlights. Principal Morsa might have a connection to Asuan, a pirate from Whitebeard's fleet who was also a walrus. Could they be related? Maybe Asuan is a hybrid and Morsa is his father. Saul's strength was a major highlight. For the first time, we see him using armament haki and recruitment haki, and there's a possibility that he was trained by Garp, since we've seen scenes of them together. Jormungandr and low-casing power in the same chapter. Could there be a connection between these events? We still don't know what Loki's devil fruit is, but a strong theory suggests that it could be the fruit of this serpent. In mythology, Loki is Jormungandr's father, and both play a crucial role in Ragnarok. Part 2. Loki begins destroying Elbaf. Now, Loki is free, well, almost, since he still has a Sea Prism Stone shackle on his leg. Clearly, this is Oda's way of not revealing Loki's powers just yet. But Loki is insane. He wastes no time and immediately begins his destruction, declaring that not even the Sea Prism chain can stop him. Loki uses Ragnir to strike the Atom Tree. At that exact moment, a lightning bolt crashes down, striking the tree, which bursts into flames. Loki seizes this chaos to demand his full release, since Elbaf has begun to burn. He appears to be ruthless and thirsting for destruction, demonstrating immense destructive power, and Ragnir is clearly inspired by Mjolnir. But this raises a question. Why on earth did they leave the hammer with Loki this whole time? The only logical explanation is that not just anyone can wield it, which strongly supports the theory that Usopp might be worthy of lifting this hammer. Now with Elbaf in flames, what will Luffy do? After all, he was the one who freed Loki, and it seems that the giants were right to keep him imprisoned. Even so, I'll be very surprised if Luffy doesn't manage to defeat him. With Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro there, honestly, I don't see how Loki can win. Part 3. The power to manipulate nightmares. Back at Morse's school, Anjay remembers seeing these images before. This happened just a few hours earlier, when she asked the children to draw their biggest fears. Some of them drew Loki, Jormungandr, Nika. Wait, could there be an evil Nika? We know that for many people, Nika can be seen as a god of destruction, so perhaps the children's fear stems from that. Now, my favorite part of this discovery, we learned that Summers and Killinghan are the main culprits behind this chaos. Summers likely creates the fears, but Killinghan seems to be the real danger. Oda might be reusing an old concept. In the past, a seahorse with the Nemu Nemu fruit made people sleep and stole their memories. This seahorse was called Noko, and guess what? He wanted to become a dragon. Now, something is suspicious. Why did Anjay give this lesson at this exact moment? Encouraging the children to think about their fears turned out to be a perfect weapon for the Holy Knights. Could Anjay be a traitor? Another interesting detail, Anjay has freckles, just like York. Who uncovered York as a traitor? Chopper and Robin. And look who's here now. Exactly, Chopper and Robin. Coincidence, Oda? Now we see these nightmare creatures attacking while Loki's fire spreads. Elbaf's piece is over, and the upcoming chapters are bound to be insane. To wrap things up, the chapter ends with Gunko revealing her greatest fear, Nika. If the children of Mary Geois have nightmares about Nika, then perhaps his story is told as a terrifying legend there. Now, I'm even more excited to see Luffy in Gear 5 against the Holy Knights. Conclusion. There's still a lot more to discuss, but I'll save that for upcoming theory videos. What did you think of the chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one. Thanks.